Hi, everybody. Just an impromptu random live show. I have no idea, Weenie. I talked about it briefly, I think on Fresh's show, and the end of the review that I did for the Rage Tank, because I've said this before, but the way I plan on doing some of my reviews, like if I do a live review, I'll start off with the review and then end, like the rest of it will just be chit-chatting, and then at the end I'll edit all the other stuff outside of the review. That's why it cuts off kind of abruptly in the couple last ones. I try not to have it that way, but the YouTube editor is kind of a pain in the ass, and it kept glitching and shit. So I got it as close as I could to the end, and then I just said fuck it and uploaded it. So it's mainly just me being kind of lazy and just impatient and not wanting my computer to crash. So yeah, that's why some of the reviews, the live reviews, come off a little bit like abruptly, like they end abruptly. Hello Otis, hello PSU. So what I got for Christmas, we really didn't do a whole lot of exchanging this year, mainly because a lot of us don't have a ton of money. And honestly, like the people in my family are kind of hard to shop for, because like my brother pretty much has everything that he needs. And I don't know, it's just really hard to shop for him. I did get him a couple of small things that were just kind of random, but the only like major person I did Christmas exchange with is my friend, and I got, well, it's not over here, but it was a Starbucks thermos. It's like a dark metallic fuchsia color. It's very nice. So because I needed another coffee thermos, and she works for Starbucks, so she gets a discount on them. And then she gave me a ton of coffee, which she usually does, because again, she gets, coffee. And a Hello Kitty bracelet, which I don't have offhand. I don't know. It used to be up here on the desk. I'm guessing my cat knocked it off, which doesn't surprise me. Oh, there it is. Because I like Hello Kitty. I know I'm, a little old to be liking Hello Kitty, but I don't really care. So I got this cute little bracelet. It's plastic because I can't wear like fake metal. I guess fake metal isn't the proper word. I can't wear anything outside of like gold and silver. I can't wear just like stainless steel or just random cheap metal. I can't. Like I break out in a really bad rash like almost immediately. So, plastic is the next best thing, and it's cute. So that's that. Hello, Rhonda. And I also got this blanket. It came in 2 sets or 2 parts or whatever. I put this one here because I think it looks better than just like the plain brown ugly color. And it's also very comfortable. It's very soft. And then the other one is somewhere back there. I like to lay on it because, again, it's really soft. And she said there's like a couple of other things, at least one. But there was like some mishap with how she organized her presents. So some of mine got a little bit misplaced. So eventually I'll get those, but I have no idea what it is. And then for my brother, he actually gave me this computer because this computer is actually his, or was his, and I was just using it because it was a spare computer of his. He used to have it, I think mainly for his friends when they would come over to game, because he's a pretty big gamer himself, and it was just sitting there like being unused. And he kept like telling me that I should do Twitch, which is a online gaming channel. It's like similar to YouTube, but it's just like gaming mainly. And he kept telling me that I should do it because I play video games anyway. And I just kept putting it off because I didn't have a setup, and doing it on my laptop would just not be very good. And yeah, It's not eczema. It's an allergic reaction. I don't have any weird sensitivity to vaping stainless steel, but I don't vape it that often. But I would imagine if it did bother me, it would affect me pretty quickly. But no, I don't notice anything weird vaping on stainless steel wire. But yeah, the allergy thing is an allergy. It's not eczema. It's not the same. But I'm allergic to a lot of, like, my skin is very sensitive. Like, I have to watch out, like, what soaps I use. I can't really use body wash. But I mean, none of that's really interesting. But yeah, so anyway, my brother just gave me this computer for Christmas because he really didn't know what else to get me. And at least this way, because at one point I was going to pay him for the computer if, like, my gaming channel was, you know, successful, because it's really the only reason I have this computer, although I do like it, like, for other things, like especially streaming for, you know, live streams on here. The main reason I got it was to, you know, do the gaming channel, because it's the only reason I really need a setup like this, because I have, like, dual monitors and all that good stuff. So yeah, he gave me the computer, which is really nice, and now it's mine, so that's good. Hello Fresh, hello Jeff. I've never tried wearing platinum. My friend asked me if I could wear titanium. I'm not sure. All I know is I can wear gold and silver for the most part, but even then, if it's like a rough material, sometimes I can't even wear that. And in my ears, like if I haven't worn jewelry in a while, even like the gold and silver stuff, mainly silver because I don't really have many gold pieces because it's expensive, and I don't really prefer gold anyway. I like silver. If I had to do it, I'd do white gold, but again, it's expensive. So mainly I have silver items, and since I don't wear earrings very often, or I hadn't worn them for a while because I didn't have any jewelry that wasn't irritating them, I have to really be careful because they've been sitting for so long. So even the silver is bothering me. So that's why I don't have anything here. It's kind of annoying. Hello, Sean. Hello, Yoda. Mike's not here. I don't see Mike Vapes anywhere. So I guess that's a joke. Yeah, that kind of sucks, Yoda, but I mean, I usually spend Christmas by myself, and you know, anyway, but considering that I live with my family, it's like, you know, everyone's just here, except for my dad. My dad, like I said in, I think it was my Twitch video, I was just playing video games before this, and it was requested to do a live show because I guess nobody else did. And I mentioned that my dad was sleeping, so he didn't have dinner with us, but you know, he works a different schedule and he had to work tonight, so that's why. Hello, Kaivan. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. Hello, William. Hello, Maddie. Yeah, I thought so too, Fresh. I think it was mainly because no one could agree on a time because they were doing other things. I don't know. I didn't really want to do like a organized live show tonight because I kind of want to just end the show when I want to end it. And if I invite a whole bunch of other people, it'll be like a consensus of when to end it, because I do have a live show in the morning, so I can't be up super late. Sorry, Rhonda. Sean, you're funny. I mean, you can always not watch. I mean, you're not forced to watch it, so you don't really have to suffer. So apparently if you're watching something that causes you to suffer, you're kind of into it. So you only have yourself to blame. Do I like Bernie? I don't know what that means. I don't know who Bernie is. What's Death Wish coffee? Or is that just like a adjective? I didn't have any. Yeah, I don't know who Bernie Sanders is. Hello, ST. I forget what I was going to say now. Oh, I didn't drink any coffee today because I kept waking up on and off. Like, I fell asleep kind of early last night, but then I woke up at like, I think it was 4 a.m. And then I couldn't go back to sleep until way later. I fell asleep a couple hours, woke up, fell asleep a couple hours, woke up. It was really annoying. You can watch whatever you want, Monkey. The only coffee I vape or the only coffee I drink anymore is Starbucks because my friend works at Starbucks, so she gets free coffee. And since she gets so much of it, she can't drink all of it herself. Plus, she drinks a lot of it while she's working, so she doesn't really drink it like at home, I guess. So every now and then she'll just give me coffee. So I have like bags and bags of coffee. And I'm not going to pass up free coffee, and I love Starbucks anyway, so that's nice. I'm not into politics. I don't follow it too well. That's probably why I don't know who he is. I have heard of the whole $15 minimum wage thing. I don't agree with it. This Addy is the tugboat with a it's a tugboat V2 with a slam cap and a, I forget what they call it. It's like a chuff cap insulator type thing. I don't know what you would call it. I'm pretty good, ST. How are you? But yeah, I don't agree with the whole 15 minimum wage thing. I don't feel like someone that works at like a fast food place or whatever should be paid the same as or even more than people with like education and shit like that. Like, I feel like it would have an adverse effect and actually make people less motivated, because if you're making a minimum of $15 an hour, what's to motivate you from getting higher education? Like, that's part of the reason people go to college, is so they can make more money. Like, $15 an hour is a lot of money. It's more than I've ever made. The most that I've ever made was, I think, close to $13 an hour. And that was after 5 or 6 years of working there, because I, got raises or whatever. But, I don't agree with that. I do think that we need to do something to help people be able to afford things. But I feel like if the minimum wage is raised, the only thing it's going to cause is less jobs and a higher cost of living, which we don't need. So I don't think that's the solution to anything. No, I'm not upset, Rhonda. I mean, everybody has different experiences with it. I had heard a couple of people did not like the rage, but I don't know. That's the thing about products, they're made in a factory a lot of times, so there can be inconsistencies with the product. So while someone has a great experience with one product or one item or whatever you want to call it, another person could have a complete opposite experience. So it really just depends. And it depends on the way you vape and the equipment that you use and so many different things. I'm 31. Yeah. Anyway, I don't want to get on politics. I don't know a whole lot about it, but I don't agree with the minimum wage thing. I just don't agree with it. I think there are better solutions to it, and it's not whatever. I'm not saying that on camera. I look like I'm 1. Wow, I'm a very old-looking 1-year-old. Yeah, I do look fairly young compared to how old I am. I've been told that before. But yeah, I don't want to talk about politics. Hello, Ganika. Hopefully that's how you pronounce that. But yeah, I'm not saying my measurements. I only know my bust size. I don't know my waist and hip. Well, I guess the waist would be kind of the same as my bra, but I don't know all that because right now I kind of don't want to know. I'm kind of working on that situation. So yeah. Anyway, getting on somewhat, not really on topic or whatever, but someone was asking me about a specific recipe that I had shared. It's kind of a big, not big recipe, but a involved recipe. Like it has a lot of ingredients in it. So I do have ones that don't have as many flavors that might work better. So I'm going to share that. Yeah, Rhonda, tell them. Get them. I mean, it's pretty obvious. I have big boobs. I mean, does anybody really need to know specifics? But the recipe I'm referring to is the Rocket Man, which is the blueberry with yogurt and granola and all that other bullshit. I've never had the actual original ELIQUID, so I can't compare it to see how it compares to the authentic. But wow, Weenie, you are correct. Good job. You are spot on. Anyway, I don't even remember what I was talking about now. But if you wanted an alternate recipe to the one that I made before or listed before, it's much more simple. Because this is for monkey. I guess you don't have Greek yogurt. If you do not have Greek yogurt, that is something that you will need. Or a yogurt that you like. If you already have a yogurt you like, you could just use that. I don't see that would be that much of a difference. But yeah, you definitely need a yogurt because that's the main part of, the mixture. But this one turned out very well. It's only 5 ingredients, and you could probably substitute some of them. But the main ones that you will need is a blueberry you like, some kind of cream that you like, a cheesecake you like, and then your yogurt. Optional is vanillin or a vanilla that you like. I prefer vanillin above all other vanilla flavors, but it does have a distinctive flavor. So it just depends on what you want. Hello, Smitty. I don't know what a telecast is. But anyway, so the Rocket Man clone that's much simpler is 7% blueberry candy by Perfumer's Apprentice. Again, you can substitute that with the blueberry that you prefer. The only difference you'll have from this blueberry and like most other blueberries is this one obviously is more candy-like, which I don't mind. But you can use like Blueberry Extra is a good one. You can use Bilberry by Flavor Art. Pretty much anything you have. If you use the Flavor Art one, I would recommend using it at a much lower percentage, but you can use it and it's still good. So you can use 7% blueberry candy, 2% cheesecake with the graham cracker crust by Perfumer's Apprentice, 1% whipped cream, Perfumer's Apprentice, 4% Greek yogurt, Perfumer's Apprentice, and 1% ethyl vanillin. Or you can use 2% of regular vanillin, and it would be about the same. The best yogurt that I've tried, period, is from Perfumer's Apprentice. The only other yogurt I've tried is by Flavor Art, so it's not like a whole lot of experience that I've had. It looks like I'm frozen. I think I froze for a second, so apologies about that. What I was saying is that I've only tried 2 different yogurts, so yeah. I haven't tried any by Capella because I've heard compared to the Greek yogurt is better. But, you know, it's all a matter of preference and your taste buds and all that. But the way I see it, I like the yogurt I have, so I don't really need to try anything else at this point. So 5 ingredients, not very complicated. You don't need a long steep time for it. If you don't have the whipped cream, you can use another cream. Fresh cream by Flavor Art should work. Even Bavarian cream should work. I think the Bavarian cream would possibly take a little longer to steep, because the reason I like the Perfumer's Apprentice whipped cream is, for me, it does not take long to steep. And for a cream, that is pretty unique, because most do. So, yeah. So that's it. 5 ingredients compared to, I think, I don't know, there was like 7, 8 in the other one. But I've tried a lot of different combinations of flavors for that one, as well as the Rocket Man one. And that's one of the ones that I like the best. So yeah. But I mean, all of them do taste pretty similar. So it's a pretty forgiving mixture, in my opinion. So it just depends on what you have on hand. Yes, we're doing a DIY show tomorrow, as far as I know, Rhonda. As far as what I plan on doing mixture-wise tomorrow, I'm going to vape because someone gave me, actually Jeremy, who just popped in, he gave me a recipe to his mixture. It's a peanut butter, Rice Krispie. I think I'm missing a note to it. It has white chocolate, marshmallow, Rice Krispie, and peanut butter. That one does need to steep. I did try it after a couple days, and it still looked like it needed to steep. However, I used a different peanut butter than he did, so I think that has a lot to do with it, because the Perfumer's Apprentice peanut butter, which is my preferred peanut butter, does take a minute to steep. So I think that's the ingredient and not so much the mixture itself. He used Loran, so just might be a different steeping time that you need. It smells really good. I haven't tried it. I'm probably going to try it on the show and see how it is. If my mixture came out well, I'll share it with you tomorrow morning. If it did not, then I'm going to try a gingerbread mixture, because I still haven't done the gingerbread, which I specifically bought for Christmas because it's a Christmas kind of flavor. But it smells good. I got the one by Capella because it got the best reviews out of the ones that I've seen. So we'll see. And that mixture is only a couple different ingredients, so that should be nice for most people. You won't have to buy a whole bunch of shit. You'll probably still need to buy the gingerbread, because a lot of people, I imagine, don't have that on hand. But it's better than most mixtures where you have to buy like the whole recipe. Hello, Ethan. So, sharing results on one of the mixtures I mixed on the last week's show, the Addie's yogurt alternative. It's okay, but I think I used too much raspberry because I used a pretty strong raspberry, and it's kind of like overpowering everything else. So that one's not the greatest right now. But yeah. But the gingerbread, there was like a recipe online. I'm going to change the percentages because the percentages on the recipe were pretty high. And as most of you know, I fare better on the lower ones. So it's only 3 ingredients: the gingerbread by Capella, cheesecake with graham, and French vanilla cream. All by, 2 by Perfumer's Apprentice. The gingerbread is by Capella. So should be a fairly easy mixture. I haven't decided whether I want to add vanilla to it yet. I seem to like to add vanilla to like everything. So I don't know. I'm not sure. What I got for Christmas, I talked about it a little bit in the beginning. We didn't really do too much exchanging this year as far as like my family goes, mainly because of financial reasons. None of us have a ton of money except my brother. So I did get a few small things for them, but really the only presents I've received so far are, I talked about it a couple days ago. I have I showed it in one video. I got a Starbucks coffee like thermos or whatever, which is really nice. I got this bracelet. It's a Hello Kitty bracelet. And this Hello Kitty, it's like a fleece. It's really, really soft and comfortable. And then there are a couple of other things my friend got me, but she didn't have it because things got misplaced. So I won't be getting that, immediately or whatever. Someone was nice enough to buy me this. This is the EVIC Mini temperature control, and I love it. The only reason I'm not using that right now is because for whatever reason, the tugboat seems to work better on my Cannoli, so that's why I'm using it with this. And then my brother gave me this computer because this computer was his, and eventually I was supposed to pay him back for it, but he just decided to give it to me for Christmas. So it's definitely a big gift or whatever, and very helpful and practical, or whatever you want to call it. So that's good. And then, a lot of people recently have sent me things, so I consider that kind of a Christmas gift. Like Adora sent me essentially her whole line of ELIQUID outside of the Christmas ones, which I'm still debating on whether or not I want to grab those. Yeah. And then people sent me like atomizers, like the Rage Tank was a gift. The Troll was a gift. Lots of nice coils that were built for me, one of which I'm using in there, which I plan to continue using in there as long as it keeps working, which it's been in there for weeks now. Hello Gizzard, hello Anthony, hello Chad. There's like a lot more people than I expected. Someone did give me batteries. The same person that gave me the Rage Tank and the the Troll, gave me some extra batteries because I needed them, and I also bought some batteries myself back when the Black Friday sale was going on. I got 2 sets of batteries, so I'm decent on batteries for now. If I find some, pretty cheap, I'll still grab some, but I'm pretty good right now. But speaking of which, I am supposed to be building or setting up my Rio on camera because someone was nice enough quite a while ago to send me, the Rio itself, obviously, and then another person was nice enough to send me some nice bottom-fed atomizers that I really haven't messed with a whole hell of a lot, mainly because I was looking for more batteries. All right, it looks like Rocket Man is still in this bottle, so we'll just leave that in there. Be nice and well steeped by now. And then what battery do I want to use? I guess we'll use this one. My little... I love these batteries. This is like my favorite battery to date. These LG batteries, which I found out about from, I think it was either the Vaping Chronicles or Vape and Fagin. Not really sure. My memory's not the greatest. All right, so I was recommended to use the Rogue, even though I have several different ones here. Now, well, don't all of batteries vent? I mean, if you fuck with them. Anyway, I can never really tell when ST is joking and when he's serious. Especially when he's in the fucking chat or whatever. I think it's this one. So for this Rogue, I was recommended to use... What build should I put in here? I don't like super hot vapes. The Rogue looks really nice with it, by the way, because it has a customizable top portion, because the airflow comes from the top. I haven't done a review on this because obviously I haven't used it too much. So, but the airflow comes from the top, which is really interesting. But it's got this customizable little thing. So you get the brass in the front and then the brass at the top. I think that looks pretty cool together. Honestly, Monkey, I don't think I'm inviting anybody on because, like I said, I don't plan on being here that late. So I want to just kind of be able to jump off when I want to leave. It also has a copper one and just a stainless steel one. So if you didn't want the different colored or two-tone or whatever you want to call it, you can just use the stainless steel. So that's really cool. I don't know what drip tip I'm using in it. Probably the one that's sitting right here, just because it's right here. Yeah, that looks pretty nice. Little pop of purple in there. And it's sitting right here, so that's what we're going to use. Yeah, Monkey's going to be on my live show. He offered to come on the live show since he's got a camera just for me. So what kind of build moves, if you're still, yeah, you're still right there. What kind of build do you recommend for this Rogue? I don't like super hot vapes. I like them on the cooler end, so I don't want a super low resistance build. He's stupid. And like, how do you... That's another reason I haven't messed with this too much, is I'm not really sure how you capture the wire, because there's only a hole in the bottom or the center post. There are no holes on the left and right. I guess the negative, I guess, would be. So do you trap them on the inside towards the center post or the outside of it? Let me see what I mean. Lighting sucks and everything, but And I'm only going to do a single coil. I don't like dual coils. And I imagine on that one, it would be pretty difficult to do. Dual coils make me want to punch people. And I already kind of feel that way most of the time anyway. Ugh. I wouldn't recommend the PVA because it's really heavy. So like for a guy, I would imagine carrying that around in your pocket would be very uncomfortable, as well as the fire button is like super, super sensitive. So you like breathe on it and it fires. So again, wouldn't be that great for someone carrying it around. But that's just my personal opinion. Other than that, I like it, but those are kind of two major negatives in my opinion. All right, so what? So 3.7 volt battery. So how low do I want to wrap? So what do you think? Like a 0.5 ohm? Would that be a good resistance to use? Probably should put it on this one first. Stupid. I'm still congested. You could probably tell. But outside of just being congested and having a cough every now and then, I'm fine for now. We'll see how I am when I go back to work. I don't know. I'm honest with my reviews. So if I don't like something, I'm going to say I don't like it. And I'm not saying I don't like the device. I think the device overall is good. It's just those two couple of things that I don't care for, which makes it almost unusable to me. But I don't know. Just my opinion. Do with it what you will. Where the hell is my other gauge wire? There it is. Is it? Okay, I'm missing a spool of wire. Sean, you're funny. Anyway, can't find the one. I had 2 spools of wire. How the hell do you lose 2 fucking spools of wire? I blame my cat. Just because it's easier to blame everything on her. Put this over here. Yeah, I don't know, Maddie. Some people have issues with him. I read an extensive thread on Vaping Underground about the whole mod situation, but I don't know. I personally was not involved, so I don't want to speak on that. And I don't know him, like, really at all. So I don't want to talk about that either. Okay, I don't know what happened to the gauge wire I want to use, so I'm just going to use this, I guess. Gizzard, you're crazy. Crazy motherfucker. But yeah, the fellas made a 12 Days of Christmas little collaboration. Thought it was very interesting. It was, you know, a cute concept. I was wondering why the same video was like in like 3 or 4 different people's like playlist or whatever you want to call it. Of course, I watched the one on Dirty's channel. Gotta support my my vape husband, or however you want to put it. Of course, Mike has his nutsack. I mean, what else would he have? Every time I... This is probably not something he'd want to be associated with, but now every time I hear somebody say nutsack for whatever reason, I think of him. Well, ST, if it makes you feel any better, I have ad blocker, so nobody really gets credit for anything I watch anyway. So I don't know if that makes you feel better or worse. Who else am I messing with, Moobs? Where the hell do my screws keep going there? Oh, there it is. Jeremy. Come on now, get in there. There you go. Yeah, I refuse to watch ads. Back when I had TV, when I had cable, I didn't watch commercials either. So I refuse to watch them. I'm sorry. And from what I understand, even if you have your stuff monetized, you don't get credit for it if somebody has ad blocker. I don't know how accurate that is, because I don't monetize my shit, so I have no idea. Can't find my other screwdriver, so this is not ideal right now. I can't find my huge flathead screwdriver. Thanks, Maddie. I appreciate it. Just rub it in my face. I did get Momo a couple toys, one of which Gizzard made fun of and was like, what the hell is that thing? And then proceeded to say that it was smelly and gave it a nickname. It was very rude. Momo was very offended. But yeah, I got her a couple of things. Just little toys with like catnip. Inside. She loves catnip. She's honestly not that big on most toys. That's why I kind of gave up on buying them for her. But if they have catnip inside, she does tend to like them. So, and they were cheap. So I went ahead and bought them. All right. Hopefully this didn't snap. Look, Maddie, it's by choice. It's by choice. Right now, I don't have the options that I want, so that's why that's the way it is. All right, ended up coming out at 0.9, which is a bit high, but I'm gonna leave it alone. I do, Ethan. It's exactly what it is. I like Hello Kitty. I know I'm a little old for that, but it is what it is. Look, Otis, I already gave ST a little jiggle. I don't know that I'm up for doing it again today. And that was only because he was whining. I already have them hanging out, which is more than I wanted to do. I wanted to just wear a t-shirt and be done with it. Well, Otis, you do have a wife, I'm pretty sure, so maybe she'll do that for you. I actually don't mind building coils and everything for the most part. I just hate from every fiber of my being dual coils. Trust me when I say that none of you want to see me without my shirt on. I don't even know why. I wish I could find my other screwdriver. Why am I like missing everything? I swear I had it not that long ago. Did I drop it? I swear I just had it. Gizzard. Gizzard. I don't know where my other screwdriver is. It's really annoying. All right, well, I'm going to try to... It doesn't look very nice, moobs. I'm ashamed of it, so we're not going to look at it. It'd look better if I was able to get my damn screwdriver in there to kind of fix it. And I couldn't find the gauge of wire I wanted to use. Oh, here's a better... It's a better screwdriver. Yeah, Otis, but you also had, what, 7 kids? So how's that impacting the environment? You're contributing to overpopulation. All right. This will be the first time I'm using this Addy in like a bottom fed mode or whatever. I vaped on it, I think, just regular. I'm not sure. Whatever you say, Otis. All you're going to do is contribute to the high school dropout rate. Okay, I'm gonna stop being mean. Well, technically, I guess it's not Christmas anymore, but looks like Monkey disappeared. So he got his recipe and he bounced. Yeah, I will say that it's a pretty nice looking Addy. Look, it's really solid. The screws are massive. Like, look at that. Just massive. And then it's got little, I don't know if it's laser engraved or what, but it's got some kind of, like, their symbol or whatever, logo. Probably can't see much of it, but it's there. Oh, so Monkey's just being quiet. Or he's mixing. Yeah, Christmas is over here. It really honestly didn't feel like Christmas, really. Not that I want snow or anything, but it's like 60 degrees. Most of my family's not here. It just kind of felt like really any other day. But I'm hoping when I go to Michigan, because I'm supposed to go to Michigan Monday to see my mom and my grandparents, that it'll feel a little bit more. I said the recipe, Monkey. I said it just for you, and you weren't even paying attention. I'm going to squeeze it. No, I only put it on this so I could read the resistance and make sure that there's no short. I verbally told you an alternative, a much simpler alternative to the Rocket Man. That's what I did. I mean, I can put it in the comments, but I wonder if there's any way to block the second hole off, because it's leaking in, or it's going in both both holes. I might eventually try to do a coil with it, but I just don't honestly feel like doing it right now, because I hate dual coils. I can't find my other screwdriver anyway. So, I don't know. I kind of just don't want to mess with that right now. All right, so it's nice and saturated. Put this top back on. And see how the air is. Yeah, I don't know if the cotton will work, though. I guess I could just... I guess I could put it in there, but... I'm going to leave it alone for now. Make sure these sumbitches are open. All right. Put it right there. doesn't like to go all the way down for whatever reason. I did it a while ago, Monkey. It'd be easier just for me to say it again. I'll just type it in the comments. Hopefully it won't, since I'm the moderator or whatever, or the, I don't know what you would call me, the creator of the stream. It won't bug me about spamming. But it's only 5 ingredients compared to the 8, I think I mentioned before. Yeah, that's the one, Monkey. Well, I gave you a much more complicated one, I thought, the other day. I guess my memory really sucks, but that's the same one. It's 7%, 2%, 1%, 4%, 1%. Maybe I gave them both. I'm not really sure. Hi, Ashton. Thank you. The other one has like 8 or 9. Like this one, well, I think there's 2 different ones that are like this one's got like 8 right there. Hopefully it's not showing up to you backwards, but it's okay. I wouldn't say it's any better than the more simple one. And there's this one right there. It's got a few more ingredients, but it's like mainly different brands of the same stuff. Yeah, I do think the simple one is better. I mean, it's not bad. Oh, I thought I gave you this one. This is the one I thought I gave you. Right there. See how many ingredients there are? It's a lot of ingredients. This one's really good too, but I don't know. It involves a lot more ingredients that most people probably don't have. And the other one is, I would say, just as good. So, yeah. I think I dripped a little too much. And it's probably wrapped a little too high. It ended up coming out to 0.9, which is almost double what I was aiming for. But like, again, I said, I can't find the gauge of wire I wanted to use. So I was just kind of guessing what kind of wrap I needed or whatever. But it'll do for now. Okay, Monkey. I was like wondering why this looks funny. Put the thing upside down. There we go. I am Moobs. I am. It's in there. See? Well, hopefully if I squeeze it, it won't come out, but, or like overflow, but I probably can't see that. See, it's coming out. I just wanted to make sure it was primed because I don't have any of the Rocket Man made right now. So I didn't have any just to drip on top. So I just used the squonking feature to get it saturated, and I wanted to look at it and make sure it was saturated. Okay, I didn't over drip, I over squonked, okay? What is a 007? I haven't used that flavor, Monkey, so you'd probably have to ask Fresh. I think he has that flavor. I've been reluctant to buy it because I have so many ones that are similar. And from what I hear, it's really not. Well, it was spitting on me moves. So that's why I said I over squonked. Possibly. I don't know. It's going to take time to get used to it. And probably having it in its proper configuration, which is dual coil, would probably help as well. I also need to put Fresh ELIQUID in there because that's been in there a while. I prefer the vanilla swirl. The vanilla swirl is by far my favorite of that type of, you know, flavor, especially from Perfumer's Apprentice. I don't really care for, honestly, the French vanilla cream, at least not so far. But I don't know. I also don't like, or haven't had any luck with the Capella version 1 custard, vanilla custard. So it could just be me. Oh, I think I found my wire. Yep, I think I found my wire. Go figure. And I think I did pick this up, but for whatever reason, it didn't look right. Good Lord. Awesome, Gizzard. How's that going for you? Have you got your 1-to-1 flavors yet, Fresh? I'm going to be putting in a flavor order soon. Not really sure where. Ethan, yes, usually there is. I've tried the version 1 and version 2 of the vanilla custard from Capella, and they definitely taste different. I don't like either version, to be honest. And I've tried in many different percentages and all that good stuff. Have you tried any of them, Fresh? And, oh, the marshmallow cream does sound good. It does sound good. But yeah, the version 1 and the 2 of the peanut butter I've also gotten from Capella. I like the version 1 peanut butter. I do not like the version 2. I think it's disgusting. Because the thing with the version 2, especially with Capella, is a lot of it uses, or all of them use, butyric acid as a alternative to the diacetyl or diketone components, or whatever you want to call it. And I don't like the taste of butyric acid. It has a almost bile kind of taste to it, which is like kind of vomit. Some people are more sensitive than others. I'm very sensitive to it. So I avoid the version 2s. The only version 2 that I've tried and didn't mind was the graham cracker version 2 by Capella. That one tastes fine to me. but it all depends on the person. Flavor Art fresh cream is good. TFA whipped cream is good. If you're getting TFA whipped cream, you probably don't even need the Flavor Art fresh cream, to be honest. I actually prefer the TFA version because it takes a lot less time to steep. I have not tried the TFA milk, so I can't comment. Vanilla is also always a good flavor to get. I didn't know Perfumer's Apprentice had meringue. And I don't like Flavor Art's meringue, but that's just me. Capella's Sweet Strawberry is good. I don't like Capella's Cheesecake. The Fruit Circles is good, but use it very low. I don't use mine above 2%. The Greek yogurt is awesome. So your list looks pretty good. Pretty good. I'm going to make this bigger. Okay, that's good. Oatmeal tomorrow. FA Strawberry is good. Flavor West Kiwi is good. Pine Sol. I actually like Mary Jane, the flavor. It does have a Pine Sol-esque quality to it, especially if you use it too high. It's a very strong flavor. I would not use it above like 0.5%, and mostly I use it at 0.25%. And I don't know. I like it. It is different. It's very weird, but I don't mind it. Graham cracker could be a good one to have. I wouldn't say that it's necessary. Because I think you said you're going to get the cheesecake one. I personally would recommend the cheesecake with graham cracker crust by Perfumer's Apprentice over the other one, but that's just me. The oatmeal they're talking about is a different oatmeal, Jeremy. It's a 1-to-1 flavor, which is supposed to be a lot better than the other ones. The lychee mixture I tried, Sean, did not come out well. I have not revisited it since. I actually did a couple of mixtures with lychee in it, and it did not come out well. Lychee, in my experience, is kind of hard to deal with because it has a perfumey kind of flavor to it. So, yeah, I'm kind of having issues with it. Hi, Yeti. Hello, Lost. I saw you earlier, but I don't think I said hi. I get sidetracked really easily. Yeah, that caramel lemon cheesecake yogurt sounded really scary to me. It's possible that it came out well, but I don't know. I'm really picky, so I don't know. I'm kind of afraid of it. Yeah, I know, Otis. I don't know that I've tried lychee, like in the actual fruit form, but yeah, any kind of flavoring typically is perfumey, but that makes it more difficult to mix with other things. Honestly, I like lychee just by itself. It probably would be good with strawberry. I haven't tried that. I might do that. It's on my list of things to do. I'm forgetful. And I haven't been experimenting a whole lot with mixtures lately. Mainly because the ones that I've done haven't turned out very well. I made a Shirley Temple lemonade. Like, for whatever reason, none of my lemonades are coming out well lately. I don't know what happened. But even mixtures that I've made in the past that I've remade are tasting funky. So I don't know what the deal is. I am using different coils than what I used to use, so I don't know if it's that. Like, maybe they don't work well together. I don't know. Lychee, strawberry, kiwi might be good. I personally would leave out the kiwi until I know the other two go well together. Guava and peach does sound good. Hello, Bark. Yeah, I did try it. I think I did a lychee and mangosteen one. I don't think I had good luck with it. Watermelon, strawberry, pear would go well together. There's actually a flavor called honey perry that's similar, except instead of watermelon, they use honeydew melon, and it's really, really good. It's a flavor by Vapor Chef that I actually really like. Vapor Chef, I think, is good company, but I don't know that it would suit some of your needs because a lot of you vape really high and like really hot vapes. I don't. So that is going to factor in how I would like something compared to you. Because in my experience, flavors can taste very different depending on what equipment you're using, the coils you're using, how high your wattage is, and all that good stuff. And I just tend to vape pretty low, so that's just me. That's good, Yeti. What are you talking about, monkey? I'm confused. Oh, I gotta turn this shit back up. I've heard Shisha Strawberry by Inawera is really good. I don't know if you're the one that recommended it to me, but somebody did. Yeah, I don't know. Someone gave me money for flavorings. So once that clears, I'm going to, be putting in an order, probably several different places. I don't know if I'm going to spend it all in one place. So I don't know. I want to try something different. I have not tried I don't think I've tried regular Cactus by Inawera. I may have. If I did, I only used it once and probably gave it away because I'm not super huge on Inawera. I have tried Mexican Cactus by Mullenberry, but not a straight up cactus. I did like the Mexican Cactus. I don't know how it compares, but it was definitely weird. Like, to me, it was more of a texture flavor than like a regular flavor. It was definitely a blending kind of flavor. You might be using too much, Robert. I know some of Inawera's flavors are very, very strong. So if it's really chemically to you, it could be why. But I don't know. Overall, I don't like Inawera, so I tend to try to stay away from them. However, their biscuit is amazing, and the honey is good as well. And I do have the tobaccos still steeping from them. I got like 4 or 5 different ones. I did try, I think all of them except 1 or 2 a couple days ago. And none of them are bad. But I'm still waiting because tobaccos can take forever to steep. No, Sean. No. I know I talk about Mullenberry a lot from time to time, but I mean, they make a lot of good flavors. So, and since, like, honestly, Cactus is probably not something I would go out and buy just because. So having someone give you flavors to test, for free can kind of be a really good thing outside of the obvious reasons, because it forces you to try a flavor that you probably wouldn't have tried otherwise. Another one, why bark? I mean, are they all over it in a good way, or are they all over it because of something bad? But yeah, there's another flavor by Mollenberry that's a mixture of a lot of different flavors that I can't remember off the top of my head, but it's nothing that I would go out of my way to try, but it ended up being amazing. So I don't know. I know not a lot of people have access to that kind of situation, but you know, that I try to at least pass on the information. And I haven't been doing Mollenberry in a while because we haven't really gotten anything new to test in a while. I did get a couple of dripping liquids, but the ones that I hadn't tried were the wrong strength of nicotine. So I ended up I didn't have to, but I gave them away to somebody, and I haven't got the new ones yet. They're supposed to resend them in the proper strength, but I haven't gotten them yet. And those did include a couple of new flavors that I haven't tried and I haven't reviewed yet. So that should be sometime soon. But overall, I mean, I haven't really gotten any new stuff from them. But yeah, it could just be the couple of flavors that I've tried by Inawera because they were given to me. We did like I did a flavor swap with somebody. But it could just be those particular ones I didn't like, because I mean, obviously he didn't like them and that's why I gave them to me. But I don't know. I haven't had a lot of good experience with them, and I've had probably close to 20, if not more, different flavors by them. So I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, the podcast with Wayne, the DIY or Die, Fresh and I were both on, and it was cool. Yeah, the cinnamon Danish swirl by Capella is pretty strong. I mixed it. I shared a mixture a week or so ago. It was a churro mixture. Mind you, it is pretty light on the cinnamon, but I prefer that, to be honest. I don't like something overpowering. And prior to that flavor, I hadn't liked any kind of cinnamon mixture that I've vaped, but I think I used it at like 2%, which is pretty low, and it came out well. But yeah, Bark Flavor West was a brand similar to Inawera where I had no luck with them at first. So that's why I say that so far I haven't liked Inawera, but that doesn't mean that they're a bad company or there aren't good flavors that they have. I just haven't come across them yet. And that's how Flavor was for me for the longest time. Like, I hadn't liked anything that I had tried by them. And I think it was actually Fresh who did get me trying more and more Flavor West. And then having, several successes with them made me more open to try other Flavor West, flavors. And now overall, I do like them. I still think they have a lot of hit and miss, but I mean, that's really going to be any company. Like, even Perfumer's Apprentice, which is one of my favorite companies for flavors, and they have like some of my favorite, flavorings, they have a lot of bad ones too. So it's really, unfortunately, there's no getting around it. And that's why, really any DIYer that knows what they're doing is going to tell you to start small. Start very simple mixtures. Get a feel for the flavors that you like. If you're able to, find a person more experienced than you that has a similar flavor profile as you and see what they like. And how you know if you're similar is hopefully find a couple of flavors that you agree on, like you both like this flavor and you both hate this flavor, and go off of what they like. And hopefully, since your flavor profiles are similar, you'll be more apt to get something that you like. It's kind of hard to do, but luckily now there's a lot more resources than there were back when I started DIYing, and it should be easier to find somebody that has a similar profile as you. I like Flavor West butterscotch. It's just not a flavor profile I go out of my way to vape most times. Because for me, I can do some bakery flavors, but I can't vape it all day. It's not an all-day vape for me. The all-day vapes for me tend to be fruit flavors. Other ones I just get sick of, and I just have to go back to fruits. So, I've tried going off and doing other things, but I don't know. I just eventually go back to vaping fruit. But at least now that I have multiple mods I can use, I usually have 2 different flavors going on at once. So I can vape this sometimes and then something else other times. Have you tried the Flavor West Natural Kiwi yet? Fresh? I'm really anxious to know what you think of it. What gift are you referring to, ST? What gift do you think I'm giving you? Yeah, the white chocolate by Perfumer's Apprentice is tricky. I did not like it at first, and that was before I was familiar with flavors that have the alcohol added to them. Because I don't know, I wasn't aware that you had to let those aerate. I know some people aerate all of their mixtures. I don't do that. The only time I aerate it is if it's too perfumey or if it has an alcohol base. So the white chocolate is one that I do recommend leaving the cap off. Usually just overnight works, and then it's just so much better. Either that or you have to wait a really long time for it to steep, and I think the alcohol eventually just breaks down anyway. I like candy vapes. The fruit flavors that I vape a lot of times are candy-like or have candy notes to them. Recently, I had just shared a grape fun dip recipe. It tastes kind of like the grape sugar or grape Kool-Aid sugar shit. I don't know. It was meant to be a grape nerds, but it came out more of like a fun dip, including the little stick that you get to eat it with. It came out really well. I was very impressed, especially for it being a grape flavor, because I don't tend to like a lot of grape flavored things. Yeah, it came out really well. Oh my God. So has anyone heard of a cigarette, e-cigarette called Juul, Juul? It's a cigalike, I guess, but the cartridges have vapor crystals in them, like they're e-cig crystals. My stepmom wants to get one. I'm trying to talk her out of it because I really feel like it's going to be a waste of money, but she's probably going to get it. Because I guess she doesn't like the setup that I gave her because the hit is not right, like the draw of it's not right. I did recommend her some things that would probably work better for around the same price that she's going to spend on this other thing, but she's pretty much dead set on buying it. I don't know. And this is not to toot my own horn, but typically I keep pretty up to date with the new e-cigarette technology, and I've never heard of Juul, ever. So it just kind of disturbs me. But I was trying to talk her into getting like the Endura or the e-cigator, which I mean the e-cigator is a little bit more expensive, but I think the T18 would work fine, and that way she would still be able to use the juices that I make. But the problem with the Juul is she's forced to use those stupid cartridges, which are in the end going to waste a lot of money, and I honestly don't think she's even going to like it. So, but she's stubborn. She's going to buy it, so it is what it is. She is under the impression or the mindset that she needs a very high nic thing to get off cigarettes. I've explained to her how it works and all that good stuff, and she either doesn't I'm not saying she doesn't understand it. She doesn't grasp it, or she just doesn't agree. But well, she's got a coupon for like half off, so it's supposed to end up costing about $25, which isn't bad. But when you take into account the fact that she's going to need to buy cartridges and all that other crap, and I've never even heard of it, so usually those type of things are just kind of gimmicky and shit. I don't think it's going to end up working for her. But she's going to do what she's going to do. She's looking for something more similar to the draw of a cigarette. And I guess the thing that I gave her either isn't the right draw for her, or it's not strong enough for her, even though I gave her 24 milligram strength juice, which for a Pro Tank 2 should be more than enough. She wanted me to make her like 50 milligram juice. I refuse to do that. I'm not going to be responsible for someone. I could just, like, I was talking to Fresh about it the one day. I can just see her getting Nick sick and then not wanting to vape ever again because I gave her 50 milligram strength juice. I don't really understand it. Like, my dad was a much heavier smoker than her, and he started out at 18 milligram strength nicotine. So I don't see why she would need any more than 24. But I don't know. I've tried explaining her all that, but I personally do not feel comfortable mixing somebody at 50 milligram strength nicotine. The reason that the Views and the Blues and all those things have such a high strength nicotine is because the method in which you vape it at, it doesn't get very hot. So you're not really ingesting that much. And with the Pro Tank 2 that she would be using, even though the 48, it would be a lot stronger than in those pen style vaporizers. And I try to explain that to her, and she has it set in her mind that she just needs that much. And I don't know. I'm trying to read up all your stuffs. But yeah, she wants something with a better draw than what she has, which from what I understand, the Endura is pretty good as far as having a similar draw to a cigarette. But I don't know. She seems to be set in wanting that, and she got a coupon for it, so she feels like it's a better deal, and she's gonna do what she's gonna do. I'm like 90% sure she's probably gonna hate it, and she's probably not gonna stick with it. But I mean, if you want to send it to her, Giz, I mean, I would give it to her. I can't guarantee that she's gonna use them. Probably my grandma would be more apt to use those than her. But I got a Kanger sub tank for my grandma. I'm hoping to get my mod tomorrow that I bought her, so I can just hand deliver it to her instead of having to mail it to her, because I'm going out there Monday. And by the time we leave on Monday, the mail probably wouldn't have come. So if I don't get it tomorrow, I'm probably not going to have it in time. So right now she's using my somewhat broken mod that I gave her, and I don't know how long that's going to work. Cobra, The thing is, and I've tried to explain this before, she has unrealistic expectations of what she thinks an e-cig can do. She, works, and she doesn't want to have to go outside to have her smoke break. So she wants to be able to leave for her break and be able to take like 1 or 2 hits and be good for hours on end. You can't really expect to take a couple of toots on a cigarette or an e-cig and be good for hours. I mean, you couldn't do that with a cigarette. Why would you expect to do that with an e-cig? The only thing that might even be comparable would be dripping. Like if she were to have an RDA, that would probably be the strongest kind of hit she'd be able to get. But yeah, Gizzard, if you want to do that, I mean, that would be great. I can, give it to her to have an option for her to use, because she doesn't like the Pro Tank 2, it seems. Yeah, I know, Moves. And that's why I stopped harassing her about it. Which, I mean, I never really harassed her about it, but I even stopped bringing it up because I knew she just wasn't ready and she wasn't going to do it until she was ready. I just don't want her to see her wasting all this money on stuff that I know is not going to work. I've been doing this for almost 6 years now. I think I know what I'm talking about. And I've already gotten one successful person off cigarette, or one person off cigarettes successfully. I'm working on my second one, which is my grandmother. I think she'll be much easier than my stepmom, mainly because she listens to me. I'm not saying I'm right about everything, but I researched this stuff quite a bit, and I have obviously experience firsthand with it. So I don't know. But anyway, she expects to take, like I said, 1 or 2 hits for her cigarette break. And I try to explain to her, I'm like, okay, when you're outside smoking, you're outside for like 5 minutes smoking. So why would you expect an e-cig to be able to provide that same kind of experience in like 2 hits? And I'm like, why don't you just go outside and vape it like you would a cigarette? Like, spend the same amount of time with it. That's really what it's intended to do. And she said that she doesn't want to have to go outside. And what's the point of switching to vaping if she can't do it inside? And where she works, she can't. Well, she's not supposed to. So she kind of has to sneak it. And then, once winter comes, and if it ever starts getting really cold, she doesn't want to have to stand outside. And like I told her, I'm like, well, while that's a good benefit to vaping is sometimes you don't have to smoke outside, it shouldn't be your main reason of wanting to convert. Because what happens when it's warm outside? Are you going to smoke then because you can stand outside? I mean, it should be to enrich your health, and so you can breathe easier, and so you're not coughing like a freaking maniac, and so you don't smell. But anyway, she's going to do what she's going to do. She's very focused, determined in her mindset. She's just going to do what she's going to do. Nice, Greg. I mean, yeah, I understand that, Ethan. I understand that being able to vape inside is a nice thing, but she can't vape inside. So unfortunately, she'd have to be sneaking it. So I don't know. My thing is like I told her, there's really no vape that's going to be able to do that for you. You're not going to be able to take 2 hits off of it and be good. That's pretty much like her words almost exactly. She wants to be able to take like 1 hit or 2 and be good for hours on end. I'm like, that just doesn't happen. Like, cigarettes don't do that for you. Vaping's not going to do that for you either. No matter how strong you make your e-juice or make me make your e-juice, it's not going to do that. If anything, you're just going to get sick from it. I didn't tell her that she's going to get sick from it, because then she's going to have in her mind that she gets sick from it, because she's kind of a hypochondriac a little bit. Not like super bad, but a little bit. And I don't want her to like start freaking out if she vapes too much and gets slightly dizzy and then thinks she's like having nicotine poisoning or something like that. So I don't know. If I were able to convert her to vaping, it would probably be like my greatest accomplishment, because it's very challenging. Yeah, I don't know, Monkey. I don't know. Hello, Jared. See, the irrational fear of watermelons was too high a percentage of flavor for me. I think. I don't know. I might try it again at the right percentages just to see. I just typically don't like vaping that high of a percentage. Yeah, I know, Greg. I don't really think it's honestly the Nick level at this point. I think it's the tank. Finding her a tank that satisfies what she's looking for. And unfortunately, since number one, I'm not huge on tanks anymore, and all the tanks that I have mainly are rebuildable, I don't really have any good options for her right now. And I personally don't have the money to keep buying her tanks that she's probably not going to like. And then I'm stuck with all these tanks that I don't use. I've had her try a hanger sub tank. She said the draw is too open, even on the lowest setting, which is understandable. I had her using a Pro Tank 2 with the adjustable airflow control ring. I guess she doesn't like that. I think I had her use a cartomizer once, but I don't have any more. I tried to look for another one for her, but I don't have any because it's been so long since I've used them. I don't know. It's just, it's a headache. And I've pretty much given up on trying to advise her on things, but she happened to mention it while we were eating dinner for Christmas. And I really tried to talk her out of buying it. But when she's got her mindset somewhere, that's what she's doing. So when it doesn't work, I don't want to hear it. Nice. Giz is Monkey's main chick. That's what I was going to recommend to her, Greg. But she, like I said, she already had it in her mind that that's what she wanted. But I told her, I'm like, there's actually a couple of e-cigs that have come out recently that are very similar to a cigarette that would be cheaper or as expensive, because she said it was really expensive. And to me, $50 is not really expensive. You can see how obvious that she's not into vaping when you think $50 is really expensive. I mean, for an e-cig, like a pen style, it's kind of expensive, but I was thinking like $100 or something like that. But it's $50, and then, like I said, she had the half off coupon, which I'm not sure even includes the cartridges. But I don't know. Like I said, she's got it set in her mind, so she's gonna buy it and she's gonna hate it, and then probably give up on vaping altogether. I don't know. I wash my hands of it. I can only do so much. The only thing else I can do is vape the shit for her. Hello, Dwayne. Yeah, especially with me, Maddie. That's what I'm saying, Greg. From everyone that I've talked to and from everything that I've read and seen, it seems like the Endura would be a really good option. I would have bought it for my grandmother, except I already had a tank that I wanted to give her, and it seemed like she really wanted something that was adjustable, and that one isn't. So for her needs, I wasn't sure it would be able to fulfill it, but for my stepmom, I think really all she's looking for is something that you push the button and it works. So for that, it would be perfect for her, and it would be perfect for a lot of new vapors. But I don't know. She really wasn't hearing it, so it is what it is. Bark, you're funny. That could be something I could experiment with Monkey. However, she said she really wasn't interested in flavors. So that's another issue. She doesn't want to do flavors. She wants to do like mainly tobacco. Like right now I have her on unflavored because I don't want to give her a tobacco that she doesn't like and then she won't vape it. So I figured just getting her set on this the unflavored would be good. Figure out what nicks she wanted and everything. But I don't know. I doubt she's even been vaping for weeks now. She probably vaped a couple times when I gave it to her and that's it. So I don't know. I really do feel like if she got the right tank, because I mean, I don't really think she needs a new mod. She has my dad's old Cannoli 50 watt. That should be perfectly fine. It's just a matter of finding a tank that is, you know, what she's looking for. But yeah, I don't know. I wash my hands of it. I can only help somebody so much with the. I don't have the resilience to keep trying on and trying on. I mean, if she asks me for stuff or whatever, I'll help her, but I'm not going on to that right now. I know you said that, Greg, but like I said, I'm not spending more money on her until we figure out what the hell. Because I mean, no matter what the tobacco, the e-liquid is, if she doesn't like the tank or the form that it's coming in, it's not going to matter. So I want to figure that out first and then figure the rest out later. Who are you asking, Gizzard? Are you asking me? A lot of times I can't tell whether you guys are talking to each other or me. What's an airplane? Oh, there's my Momo. You've been gone forever. You want to come say hi? Come here. Hey, that's the opposite of coming here, motherfucker. There you go. You're close. Come here. Wah. It's a Momo. Oh, I get it. Took me a while. See, Momo, you have an audience. Yes, I do like pomegranate gizzard. Glazed donut by Capella. I think I used it like 7%. And it will need a little bit of steeping. And of course you came running, ST. You smell like cologne, Momo. What have you been doing? You know they have a joke about that. I was waiting for Niji to pop out of the corner. Ooh. Did Matt finally kick you out? Momo is a girl. And yes, she was next door. She was in my brother's room. Because he has a huge bed that's all to herself because he's on his computer. Yes, I did, Greg. It was good. It was very filling. Exactly, Dwayne. That's where I was going. But yeah, Christmas was nice. It was just really low key. I slept most of the day because I kept falling asleep on and off. And then I got to work all weekend. But luckily, I only have to work 2 days. I don't know what my schedule is going to be like next week because I haven't been there since last Saturday. So that'll be interesting to see. Probably don't want to, but yeah, I don't know. Like I said before, I'm going out of town Monday, so that should be nice. Be kind of hectic because it means like 5-6 hours driving in one day, which I know to some people is probably not a lot, but it can be annoying. And it's going to be like our time is going to be very restricted because my brother has to be back in time to go to work. So it's going to be a little hectic or whatever, but I want to see the family. And the only days my brother and I both have off are Monday. So what's kaiju? I don't know what kaiju is. Damn, it's already 1:40. Okay. Oh, okay. I like Godzilla, obviously, but I have to watch how much I watch the movies because I have nightmares about them. I know it's like really stupid. I was hoping once I was an adult they would go away, but they haven't. Like they're not as common as they used to be, but they're still there. And he's always just after me. It's really annoying. Pacific Rim was a good movie. I finally looked into that Deadpool movie. I actually had seen previews of it before, but I wasn't sure. I didn't know that was the movie. It actually looks good. I'm debating on seeing it. No, Gizzard. Sometimes, Maddie, actually. Sometimes I am. The Power Rangers are enough to give anyone nightmares. Bye, ST. Sorry about that, Bark. Can't help you there. When is Deadpool supposed to come out? I feel like I've seen it advertised for forever. Damn, February? Jeez. I know it's not that far away, but it just seems like it's been out forever, or like the preview's been out forever as it is. Bye, Gizzard. I don't know why. So the new Independence Day, is that going to be a sequel to the original, or is it something entirely different? Or is it a remake? I haven't seen the previews yet. So why would they need a sequel to Independence Day? It seemed pretty solid. I really liked the original one. Me and my aunt saw it in theaters, like this huge, it was like a multiplex cinema place. It was so loud, and my aunt still managed to fall asleep during the first part of it. Like one of the loudest parts of the movie. It's crazy. I don't know. I'm one of those people that I don't like, and I think me and Fresh were talking about this on Tuesday. I don't like when movies are drawn out past the fact of them being good. It's like they keep making new ones and new ones and new ones and new ones, way past the point of what they should have done. That's why a lot of sequels suck, because there really was no need for a sequel. So, I don't know. Who likes the wee wee? What are you doing? Yeah? Oh, I have no idea, monkey. Momo! Look. Take that over there. Fucking with my shit. She just like unplugged my monitor. I don't know why this monitor is so sensitive, but like you like breathe on the power cord and it just like shuts off. It's annoying. Yeah, I don't have a problem with people like that. Doesn't bother me any. Unless I'm dating the person, I don't really care who they're attracted to. That's on them. Huh. Yeah, I'm not hitting my computer with anything. It's actually working well right now. It seems like the issue I was having, or all the issues I was having, was the upgrade to Windows 10. Because now I'm not having them anymore. For now. Hopefully it'll stay that way. I'm going to be going soon because I've been doing this for a while now. And I don't want to be up super late. Hopefully I'll be able to sleep at a decent hour. But since I didn't wake up until way late, might not be the case, but I don't know. I guess while some of you are in chat, I want to throw an idea out to you. And I don't know a whole lot about it, so I'll definitely have to do more investigating into it. But my brother showed me it's like a website where people can donate to. And don't take this as like I'm begging for money. I'm not. However, there has been several people who have asked about donating, and for certain things, I think it would be beneficial. And this specific site, it's like I think it's a monthly thing where you can donate however much amount, and depending on the level that you donate, you can actually get things for it. And it would depend on what you guys would be interested in, if anything, like what you would get. And like my brother did come out with a good idea that I was thinking about, is that like for certain people, if they donate a certain amount, I could mix them, you know, whatever flavor juice like per month. And that would be like my thank you for the donation, or whatever you want to call it. Another person also made buttons of like their logo and gave them to their, I think, what are they called? They're not called donators or whatever. They're called something specific. It starts with a P. I don't remember the name of it, but they got something in return. So it's not like you're just not getting anything in return. It's kind of like a mutual thing. And depending on like what people would like, I could do it at the certain levels. And in turn, yeah, patrons. That's exactly what it is. And for me, the benefit of doing it that way is that there are certain people that want me to try certain flavors for them or buy certain flavorings for them. And I unfortunately have to say no, because I'm not able to do that. Like, I'm not always able to get everything that everyone wants me to try. But if I had something like that, I would put that to the side, and that would be, you know, what I would be using to get those certain flavors and things like that. It's just something I'm throwing it out there. If there's no interest in it, I'm not going to do it. But it's just something that I would throw out there, because like I said, there has been people who have wanted to donate, and I don't know how comfortable I am just taking straight donations and not giving something back, whether it be something small or whatever. At least it would be like a somewhat equal exchange. So it's just something to think about. And it's all done through like a website. So it would be like secure and everything like that. But it's just something to think about. And if you guys are interested, let me know. Otherwise, you know, obviously I'm not going to do it. I think mainly people that were doing it were on Twitch. But as far as Twitch goes, I don't know what I would possibly do in that kind of manner. Because, I mean, what physically could I do for playing video games? It doesn't make sense. So, I don't know. I'm not doing reviews of my bra, which is funny because, like, I asked my brother about that. I'm like, well, what could I give them besides, like, boob shots? Which I already do anyway, so, I mean, to an extent. But, yeah. So, I don't know. So, that's that. Momo does have quite a lot of hair. I mean, it doesn't kind of look like it because her hair is pretty short. But every time I brush her, I get a lot of like hair, like dead hair or whatever. I mean, it has to do somewhat with the brush I use. See, that's what I was thinking, Maddie. Because I've already sent some people like juices that I've made just because. But obviously can't do that for everybody just to do it. But something that's more organized might be easier. So I don't know. Yeah, the DIY show is on tomorrow. That's I guess, probably part of the reason Fresh doesn't want to do a show and why I'm going to be leaving soon. I'm aiming at 2 a.m., which is in 8 minutes. First, I have to perfect the honeysuckle. Like, so far, everything that I've made with that has not come out very well. Mind you, I've only tried a couple of things. So once I do perfect it, you know, that could be a thing. But I don't know. I figured the juice thing would be a nice thing because a lot of people even though they watch the DIY show, and even if they DIY themselves, they might not have all the ingredients and may not want to or be in a position to buy all the ingredients because they don't think they'll like it. At least this way, it would give them an opportunity to try something, because obviously I have all the stuff. If I'm making the recipe, then they can try it, and you know, if they end up liking it, then they can invest in the flavors and do it themselves. Or if like it's a monthly thing, then they could just keep getting that flavor or those flavors, and it'd be like cheaper than getting it from like a vendor. But not saying that I'm on vendor status or anything, but I don't know, it's just an idea. We're talking about the Roswell crash. Yeah, I like the glazed donuts. I thought it was good. Some people don't like it, but I don't know. You'll have that with pretty much any flavor. Strawberry ripe's always been pretty solid. As Fresh has said, it tastes better, usually in conjunction with another strawberry. A. No. I don't know. And I could always set it up, and then if people don't want to do it, they just don't do it. It really doesn't affect anything if nobody does it. It's just nothing will come of it. Yeah, pretty much. That's fine. Yeah, I'm not doing a juice line. I don't see that happening. I would need a real job first, because no matter how you do a juice line, you always need some kind of money to start, you know, everything out at, and I don't have that. Yeah, that vanilla custard is really high. Really high. I don't know. So yeah, if anyone has any recommendations of flavorings to try, it has a nice ring to it, but I just don't see it happening. If anyone has any suggestions of flavorings to buy, let me know in the comments below or the comments over there for the next 5 minutes. Momo. Preferably all in one place. I don't really want to be making multiple orders if I can avoid it. Let Monkey know what? I don't see anything. I've come close to a key berry yogurt clone, but it wasn't perfect. So that is something I can work on, because somebody has already done a clone for key berry yogurt. I just don't agree with it because I think it's way too high of a percentage. If I remember tomorrow, I'll try to bring it up tomorrow. I don't know if you're going to be in the live DIY show tomorrow morning, but there is already a clone of key berry. And that's the one that I tried, except I altered a few things because it was either too high of a percentage or I didn't have the exact flavoring, so I had to do substitutions. But it was pretty close, even as it was. My boobs aren't milky outside of maybe the color of them, because, you know, I'm pretty pale. Momo wants outside the room because she was in my brother's room and he kicked her out. So now she's pawing at the door. But I'm not letting her back out there because obviously she's just going to start pawing at his door if I let her out. Yeah, for whatever reason, key berry is Not the easiest thing. He's stupid. I'm sure you are, Monkey. I'm sure you are. I don't believe you, though. I used to love Funyuns when I was younger. I don't have them much anymore, but I don't know if that would be a good vape. But yeah, if I can dig up that Keyberry clone, I'll share it tomorrow. I don't want to do it right now because I don't have anything saved on this computer. And I plan on leaving in a couple minutes anyway. So, well, I don't have a dick for you to suck, Otis. But I'll try to get you together. That sounds wonderful, Yeti. Wonderful. And yeah, Yeti, let me know if and when you want to do that show. I still plan on keeping the paranormal show on Tuesdays until that no longer works, because Fridays just don't seem to be working lately. And I'd rather have it be a consistent day than just having to switch it and all other crap. And I don't even know if it's going to be a weekly thing. If anything, probably an every other week thing. It just depends on the material, because I would ideally like to keep it a paranormally related show. I know the last one kind of got thrown off because of situations, and we ended up talking about just random shit, which is fine. But for that specific show, I'd like it to keep it somewhat relatable or related. Someone mentioned out-of-body experience or remote viewing. That will probably have to be once I finish that book. I'd have to think of other topics to do just to have them on reserve or whatever in case some things happen. A shit show is not a good thing, Greg. It's not nice. I think Gizzard is gone. I mean, if you have stuff to contribute on the topic, Otis, you're more than welcome. And as far as your out of body, it can't relate to your ghost load. That doesn't count. Tuesday might work. Might work. Because like I said, I am going out of town Monday, but I should be back by Tuesday. Don't see why I wouldn't. So I mean, we can aim for this Tuesday if you think you're prepared. But yeah, I have to think of like other topics that we haven't discussed that we can talk about. You don't have to be an expert, Otis, just something to contribute. And I mean, it might sound mean or whatever, but I just don't want to have somebody on and have it. Because like the problem with bringing people on that aren't versed on the topic or interested in the topic is that the discussion tends to get sidetracked. And like I said, I want to avoid that as much as possible for that specific show. It hasn't really worked well so far because half the shows seem to deviate into other things. But I'd like to be able to avoid it and keep it somewhat on topic for those ones. I do moves. I finally did get some Adore. She sent me the entire line of the regular line. I'm still debating on whether I'm going to get the Christmas line or the Christmas flavors. I really do want to try the mint, but I don't want to just buy the mint, because if I just buy the mint with shipping, it's like $20. So I'd rather get at least one more. So I don't know. I don't know. Stupid. I don't know that I can twerk. A lot of people think they can twerk and they just can't. And it's really just a hot mess. But yeah, Otis, if you're interested and have like information on this topic, you don't have to be an expert, because I don't really profess to be an expert on much of anything. Then you're welcome. What, Momo? What? She's meowing at me. You probably can't hear. See, I saw a shipping fee on there. If it's free shipping, that's a different story. Oh, you need a code. Oh, damn. I need those codes. Yeti, do you know what the code is or no? I guess I can look it up. I'm just, I gotta be wise with my shit. But I really want to try that mint flavor. The other one sounds good too, but mainly I want to try that mint flavor. But even if it has free shipping, I'd be happy with that. Huh. I'll look into it. But yeah, so far I do like it. The peach one was coming off kind of harsh to me at first. Mind you, I tried them like right out of the mail, like the same day. And even my own stuff usually isn't, and I'm not saying that I'm like better than hers or anything like that, but just like in my experience, when you mix something right away, it's usually not good right away, at least not for me. It usually takes at least a day, sometimes longer. And peach is one of those flavors that can be harsh. So I left the cap off of both peaches because I had the pure peach and the peach colada, and I'm vaping it right now, and it's definitely much, much better. It's not as harsh because I really do like peach. The hazy custard is amazing. That's definitely my favorite one so far. I actually do like the custard de leche as well, and I didn't think I would, to be honest, because I'm really picky about custard and haven't had much luck with liking anything de leche, whatever. But that one is good. I'm letting that one steep because I feel like that one will probably be better once it's steeped a little bit. But yeah, and then the cinnamon apple roll is okay. It's not bad or anything, but I've said it before, I'm not huge on cinnamon, so I'm also letting that one steep. But none of them are bad. They're all solid. They're very clean. This one smells really good. It's the cinnamon one. It almost smells like it smelled like something to me, and I just almost like an apple Jolly Rancher. I don't know. It smells good though. Or like the cinnamon apple oatmeal, the ones that come in the packets, which is amazing. I'd eat that shit like every day, but it's so loaded with sugar, so I don't get it. But yeah, if it's free shipping, I'm all over that shit. I even thought about fucking like meeting up with her real quick because I have something for her as well while I was in Michigan. But number one, I don't know if she'd be comfortable with that. And number two, I'm not driving and I don't have a lot of time, so I don't know if we could anyway. I think it'd be nice to meet her at some point. I wouldn't be opposed to it, but obviously only if she's comfortable with it. She seems like a pretty cool girl or lady, whatever. Yeah, I like the custard de leche. I don't know. What can I say? That's a lot of strawberry, Monkey. What kind of strawberry are you using? Momo? Stop it. And it's also a lot of cheesecake. I do not go that high on cheesecake because it kind of scares me. I agree, Steven. It's just like I said, I think it just needs to steep a minute. But I definitely like the hazy custard. That shit was great right away. And I really didn't think I was going to like that one either because I'm not super big on hazelnut. It has to be like in certain things, but it's really good. Strawberry ripe at 10% and cheesecake at 9%. If I can remember, I'll do it live on air tomorrow and we'll see if it's any good. If this is like a troll, I'm going to find you and I'm going to kick you in the nuts. I don't know where the hell my pencil went. Oh, there's my pen. Just right on the front of this. 10% strawberry ripe. 9 cheesecake. That's a flavor I'm going to need more of soon. Well, actually, both flavors I'm going to need soon. And it's crazy because the strawberry ripe I had was in I think it was a 30 ml, or was it a 15 ml? Might have been a 15 ml bottle. But then I had like at least one vial of 8. So it was like at least 20 mils. And I usually don't go through that much flavoring. I haven't tried Fluent yet. Typically, I don't buy pre-made juice. If I do, I buy it at the vape shop so I can support my local vape shop as well as taste it there. Because a lot of stuff that's overhyped or hyped at all, I don't tend to like. So anyway, I'm going to bounce. It's late and looks like a lot of people are leaving anyway, and I don't really have anything else to talk about. So, yeah. Let me know if you have any flavor suggestions outside of the ones that are already mentioned. I'm really kind of thinking about 1-to-1 because it's a brand I haven't tried yet. Either that or Flavora. Flavora is another one that I've been looking at. If anyone has any recommendations for Flavora flavors, let me know. If you have any codes for that, let me know. I haven't seen any. But yeah, that's about it. Merry late Christmas. I've probably said it before anyway. And see you, hopefully most of you tomorrow morning or afternoon, depending on where you are. Bye.